As you made note of, we do have Veronica Makhoali covering this story for us because Crime Intelligence head Dumisani Khumalo, who had been at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, as well as 6 co-accused, returned to the Pretoria Magistrate's Court today. They want to have their bail conditions relaxed so that they can return to work. The charges stem from the alleged irregular appointment of Brigadier Dineo Mokwele to a senior position within the SAPS. Veronica Makhoali joining us live now for this. It's not an ordinary case. There have been repeated allegations that these were brought as part of ongoing battles within the SAPS, Veronica. Initial magistrate has also recused himself after being mentioned at the Madlanga Commission. Let's break it down, please. Good morning.
Good morning, Arabile. Well, absolutely, as you said, it has not been an easy case and not very straightforward. There's been a lot of hurdles, obstacles, and as we heard yesterday from the Crime Intelligence boss, Dumisani Khumalo, that this is perhaps this case an attempt to derail the work of the political killings task team. He mentioned that there are several cases in terms of the work that has been done against their members in an essence to try and, of course, create a bit of confusion within the political killings task team. But also what he mentioned at the Madlanga Commission was quite important, was also about the public opinion, saying as these cases continue to drag out and these members are implicated, it starts to cast doubt within the work of the PKTT and the members involved. Of course, you would know that Dumisani Khumalo is facing charges of fraud. This is all to do with the appointment of Dineo Mokwele, of course, being put up to brigadier without the necessary qualifications or, in fact, policing experience. And he detailed this at the Madlanga Commission, speaking about the fact that they were looking for an individual with specific qualifications that they could not find within the South African Police Service. But he said that what is, of course, the thorniest issue is the question about his bail. We know that Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola has given Khumalo the green light to return to work, but the bail conditions, and one of them state that he cannot, in fact, return to his offices. He spoke to the Madlanga Commission essentially about how this disrupts the work and that they believe that this is an attempt. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
Now, fast forward to the condition that one has not seen much, maybe I must add much, not at all, to say you're on bail, but you are not suspended, but don't go to work. One is associating that with the main purpose of, because going to work, it means you are going to continue working on the GCI ops. So you are not allowed to go to work, to do your work. You can do something else, but not the work. So I'll point only on that.
And so this is what is at the heart of the case, Arabile. But even before we will be able to hear whether or not those bail conditions will be amended, there is the issue, of course, the presiding officer. We know that in October that the presiding officer, Musi Mahlangu, had recused himself after he was implicated. So the proceedings will, of course, begin with whether or not that issue has been ironed out when it comes to the Hawks. But of course, we'll be giving you an update and watching those proceedings, which is expected to be quite a lengthy one. Back to you, Arabile.
Yeah, quite a lengthy one indeed is anticipated. Veronica Makhoali, thank you so much for bringing us that one.